Dr. Vince Hassel with Hassel Family Chiropractic. For those of you who have not met me, welcome to round 2. Maximize your life. This is about nutrition. Building blocks for your body and your mind. What are you building? That's the question. So I'm here to try to help you figure out what I think from what I've read and what I study are probably the right nutrition to put in our body, and how to take nutrition in so our body can do what it needs to do with it. You know, the Americanized diet, it's something, I don't even know who makes it up, where it comes from. A lot of it comes from marketing, from food industry, a lot of different sources. You know what they sell you at the grocery store. But whatever your rationalizations are for what you decide to eat, your body doesn't care. How it's working physiologically and chemically, you can rationalize all you want for, oh, it's okay if I have this or okay if I have that. Your body doesn't care about your rationalizations. Your body's going to react to the food that you're putting into your body. It's either going to deal with it or it's going to heal with it. So we got to figure out what that is and what we need to eat. It's a sad diet. I can guarantee you that. 90% of Americans eat 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. 45% do not eat any fruit. 22% do not eat any vegetables. Average only 2 to 3 servings of vegetables per day. Milk and dairy represent 10.6% of all total calories. 584 pounds of dairy per year per person is consumed. 50% of it is cheese. The average American eats 152 pounds of sugar per year. 18.6 of their total calories comes from sugar. 63.6 pounds is in the form of high fructose corn syrup, which is a Frankenstein product made in a lab. 65.6% is sucrose, which is table sugar. Over 54 gallons of soda is consumed per year per person. That's obviously not total, that's per person, per year. Over 24 gallons of coffee per year. Bread, grains, and cereals average 6 to 7 servings per day per person. This is not a good thing, the 6 to 7 servings of grains and cereals. Makes up 25% of their calories. 1/3 of our calories come from junk food, or the typical American diet comes from junk food, when I say our. 20 to 25% of Americans eat fast food every day. I don't know if you've seen the show Super Size Me, a good show, the documentary where the guy eats the McDonald's every day, 3 meals a day for a month, and almost quits because he was killing himself, but his buddies encouraged him to continue so he could finish the documentary. And it obviously really tore him up in all kinds of medical and health conditions. And at the end of the show, in the credits, it said it took him something like 9 months to recover a lot of his lab tests, you know, how bad he destroyed himself with eating that food every day. 1/4 of all vegetables consumed are French fries. Wow. 70% of all food consumed are highly processed foods. It means that it's been altered, touched from its whole form. You can't get it from the farmer off the cart. That's highly processed. And 90% of all food has been altered from its whole form that Americans eat. That's the stuff that's found on the inside aisles of the grocery store. We need to shop on the outside aisles of the grocery store. That's where the stuff is that's going to make you whole and healthy. The top 10 items purchased from grocery stores. I found this, and this was from 1999, so I don't know how it's changed to now. But number 1, Marlboro cigarettes. Number 2, Coca-Cola. Number 3, Pepsi-Cola. Number 4, Kraft processed macaroni and cheese. 5, Diet Coke. 6, Campbell's soup. 7, Budweiser beer. 8, Tide detergent. 9, Folgers coffee. And 10, Winston cigarettes. That's the top 10 items purchased from the store. What on that list is food, number 1? And that's not food. And if you think that's food, you're kidding yourself, and we've got a lot to talk about. So, nutrition like that is not how the body can thrive. Most Americans eat foods that will kill them and avoid foods that will help them thrive for whatever reason. Where does energy come from? This is review from last week. So, where does energy come from? We talked about this. From our cells. Energy truly comes from our cells when you break it down to the building blocks and what it does. Some people say food, some people say exercise, and that affects us, and that is true. But truly, the building block, the bottom of the foundation is cells. So energy comes from our cells. Energy is not only the basis of existence, it's the fuel that makes everything in our lives real and possible. What do cells need to survive? We talked about this last week. There's 3 things that cells need to survive and thrive. Number 1 is oxygen. And they get oxygen through breath. We talked about deep diaphragmatic breath and how to breathe and how that can increase the oxygen in our body. It comes through motion. It gets to our body through our red blood cells. That's what delivers the oxygen to the cells and the tissues. But it can't do it in an acidic state. We talked about that last week, so I'm going to review a little bit as we go. Also, the second thing that our cells need to survive and thrive is water. The equation, again, minimum is you need a 1/2 ounce of water per pound of body weight, minimum. That's if you stayed in the lazy boy all day long, and the water that your body utilizes to go through its metabolic processes, splitting cells, making hormones, going through glycolysis and everything, breaks water bonds and stuff for its energy. That's what we need minimum. So if you're getting less than that, you're killing yourself. If you're drinking diuretics that's leaching more water out of your body that's in the water in the drink in the first place, you're killing yourself. Your body's in survival mode and not in a thriving mode. Elimination. The third thing that cells need to survive and thrive is elimination of their own waste, which is done through our lymphatic system. Our lymphatic system is the system that collects and takes the waste and gets it out. And the only way it moves is when we move. Our circulatory system has a pump, it's called our heart. The lymphatic system doesn't have a pump. It only moves when we move. So if we're sedentary and sitting all the time, we sit in our car, sit at work, sit, you're killing yourself. You have to have motion. 5 sources of disease. Subluxation, which is nerve impingement. If the body can't function optimally, your body is in a state of dis-ease, lack of function. Auto-intoxication. Consciously taking in poisons that destroy your body. Maintain a diet that slowly builds up more poison in your system than your body's able to eliminate. You tax the system. You're taking in the crap food, the American diet. Over time, it loads up. Your body can't keep up with the elimination, and then your body's going to try to detoxify in other ways through your respiratory system, through your skin, through your bladder. It's going to cause dis-ease, lack of ease, lack of function, an acidic state. Create a bloodstream that's overly acidic. That's also a source of disease. Chemical poisoning and physical rupture, which is trauma to the cells. Obviously, that is going to cause problems in the body if you have an accident and you actually physically rupture cells, and that causes lack of optimal function within the body. And a destructive mindset and negative thoughts. Mental attitude. Dorland's Medical Dictionary says, health is the state of optimal physical, mental, and social well-being, not merely the absence of disease or infirmities. The state of optimal physical, mental, and social well-being, not merely the absence of disease or infirmities. So just because we don't have a symptom or a disease or something that's present that we can feel doesn't mean we have optimal health. It's the whole picture. It's all the way around. These are the sources of disease. So, what can we do with our health? We can either be proactive and find time to maintain it, or we can be reactive and then we're going to have to make time to regain it down the road, and it's harder to do that way. So if we can make good choices now, we can have amazing health later, and we don't have to be in a reactive mode.